Laughter doesn't need any season. Laughter doesn't need any particular person. Laughter is forever.
When I was going through a bad phase, but I could see my father with the fire to still work. ये तो पहले समझ में नहीं आता ये nepotism है क्या है?
I never knew what is tweet, what is Instagram.
I enjoy my dad's Instagram posts.
I mean, reality works more. Whether reality is dirty, it's good, stinking, fresh, smelling. Reality does work.
Welcome to Film Companion, Dharamji, Sunny, Bobby. It's so great to have the three of you together. You're talking about Yamla Pagla Deewana Phir se. When you made the first part of this movie in 2011, which was, 7 years ago, the industry was a very different place then. Yeah. I know the second part didn't do as well. I want to know from you guys, did you go back to the drawing board? Did you try and figure out what you want to do? Is baar aap alag kya karna chahoge? How have you reinvented this film to ensure that it's relevant to the times?
That's nothing to do with relevant with the time or not with the time. Basically, the first was a very honest, earnest, and a very.
Laughter doesn't need any season. Laughter doesn't need any particular person. Laughter is forever. Laughter is life. So we have brought the laughters and laughters and laughters.
So what can we expect in Phir se?
We are expecting big. Yes, we are doing it big. And sure we will make it hit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Basically, when you talk about how times have changed, times change but emotions remain the same. You know, yeah. And definitely in this film, the situations created are more which works with the new generation. Because that's how it is. Every time you make a movie, it has to move with time. We have to move with time. You know, you can't. If you don't, then people don't relate with it. So definitely, it's a comedy which has all the elements of how Yamla Pagla Deewana is supposed to be. But besides that, it has been worked in such a way that the youngsters of today will enjoy the film as well, because that's more important.
Yeah. You know, it's great to see you back working. And I really want to ask you, from no work to now literally being in every other film today, it's great to see you doing this. What are you enjoying most about being back as a working actor? Do you wake up with a spring in your step now?
I think my inspiration is sitting right next to me. And when I was going through a bad phase, but I could see my father with the fire to still work. And I used to wonder where the fires disappeared. And so once I decided that I have to take care of myself and I'm back working, it's really nice. I mean, I just want to work so hard that I don't want to miss an opportunity ever again in my life, and I just want to be on the set every day of my life. So it's great. I mean, I'm having a really nice time in my life right now, and it makes me want to work harder.
Yeah. What advice did you give Bobby at that time? It must have been really nice for you to see him go out there and tell people that I want to focus on my career. I may have made some mistakes, but...
Advice come from within yourself. अंदर से आती है एडवाइस, खुद ही आ जाती है. हम तो जब से पैदा हुए हैं एडवाइस ही देते आ रहे हैं ना, इतने बड़े हो गए. तो एडवाइस की डिग्री बढ़ते बढ़ते जैसे ये बड़े होते हैं ना, एडवाइस की डिग्री कम हो जाती है. क्यों सियाने हो जाते हैं बच्चे, फिर उनको अपना मालूम होता है कि हमने क्या करना क्या नहीं करना. बाकी शुरू में जितना मैं दे सकता था दिया सबने, और एनर्जी भर के लिया. और क्या वी आर वेरी मच अटैच्ड टू ईच अदर, सो वी कैन पिक अप faster.
No, but the whole thing is advices are always given. Your elders will always give you an advice, but it's how you understand them. And I just believe that when you make mistakes, and if you can understand from your mistakes, that's the best lesson, you know, and that's what makes you realize how to move forward and what you're doing wrong in life. People can tell you, this is how it is, this is how you do it, but it doesn't happen like this. It's like when you don't have a child, people come and tell you, oh, you're having a child now, it's going to be like this, it's going to be like that. But you don't understand what they say, you know, and the day your child is born, suddenly you get these emotions inside you. So it's just the same way, you know, once you realize how important it is. Like for work is like a child for you. I mean, you want it, you know, you care about it so much. So I just look at it like that now.
Yeah. You know, I follow the three of you on Instagram, on social media basically, only because of the most amazing throwback pictures that you post, such precious family memories. Have you like built a more easier relationship with social media? Is it easy for you now to share these private moments with the huge fans?
I think the person who's really having a great time on social media is Papa.
Yeah, and we're having a great time watching him.
No, it's just that
started, and after that they asked me, I never knew what is tweet, what is Instagram. Suddenly now I have realized, oh, it's good. This you can make another family outside the family.
Yeah.
And people are taking it with warmth, they love us, and it's good, this connectivity is good, it carries your emotion forward, they carry your emotion forward. And we are more up to the humanity than any artificial दिखावा नहीं है हमारे अंदर, वो दिखावा पता चल जाता है और जो रियलिटी होती है उसका भी
तो
पता
मतलब कुछ स्ट्रैटेजी नहीं है कि आज ये पोस्ट करना है,
ना,
ये
ना,
चलेगा, इस पे
See
ज्यादा
the
लाइक्स
Deols,
आएंगे, ऐसा कुछ नहीं
see
है.
the Deols are Deols.
Something we just do it.
Yeah, I mean, we are Deols. We've been the way we have been. I mean, you all know that. I mean, we have never really stepped out to do a PR or any of that. And when people meet us, this is how we are in real life. And you know, we don't try to pretend or have a whole facade about how we're supposed to be. So that's what makes it so wonderful when you see. I mean, I enjoy my dad's Instagram posts because
great fun.
it's so real. It's so. That's what he is. You know, that's what
we
how he is.
plan it so innocently, then I think God looks at us, their kids, my kids are doing wrong here. He puts them in a nice way. So it's his blessing.
Yeah, I saw one particular video which I really liked of you feeding a hen, I think, at a farm. It looked like. Where was that? Do you guys take off a lot as a family?
Yeah, that's our farm
Yeah?
in Lonavala. I'm
So
enjoying.
do you guys do this a lot, like get together as a family?
Whenever we get the opportunity, definitely.
I am mostly there.
Papa is mostly there, and we try to be all together on New Year's, especially over there. I think we have the best time because the whole family's together, the kids, the elders, everyone is together. And
Cows, buffaloes, ducks.
yeah, the only thing is in the morning that the roosters wake you up because
You're not a morning person, are you?
4:35 in the morning and they start off.
One day he was very upset with the squirrel. She would tick, 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 tick.
No, I wasn't upset. I was just like, let me sleep.
Continuously she does
But
it.
that's the fun of being in the nature, you know. It's all fun, and you just have to live. When you go there, it's just beautiful.
Yeah. You're in the midst of launching Karan with Pal Pal Dil Ke Paas. It must be really exciting for you. I want to ask you, he obviously comes from a very, it's a new school of movies that he comes from. Do you guys have disagreements? Does he tell you on what the cool stuff you should be watching now is? Does that happen?
I mean, to start off with, I mean, definitely all these things won't happen. Besides that, you know, I don't want to talk about my son in the film right now.
Okay.
We will do that later on when I'm ready with it. Right now, I think it's just a YPD moment, basically.
No, but again, just coming back to the fact, when you guys were making films, did the concept of nepotism exist at all?
See, ये
Did
word,
cons-
ये
actors
शब्द तो
and-
अभी हमने सीखा है. ये तो पहले समझ में नहीं आता ये nepotism है क्या?
Is it bad?
Or is it good? I mean,
I
I don't
guess
know.
it exists. I guess it exists.
Are you like they tell you you're patriotic? You know, it's I need to understand what is good or bad about it. Are we taking it in a good sense or a bad sense? Doesn't this apply to everyone in
It
any
does.
profession?
It definitely
So then
does.
Why get into it in such a way? I think it's people who are I don't know, they need an excuse.
I think we
they,
have
they,
felt-
they advertise. I mean, they bring they create these words and they create all these things and they talk about it. In reality, everybody is happy. I mean, you're successful is because how you are, not because of somebody else. I am what I am. Obviously, my dad is there. We all are together. He launched us. We are there.
Yeah.
But eventually, it's my identity.
Yeah.
So then, why should we talk about it?
We don't force ourselves. We are felt. So I can imagine the reaction on people. We are just felt. So we don't force ourselves.
So lovely.
Yeah, we are felt.
You know, I was going through the internet and there are some memes from Gupt that are so popular even today. They resonate. It's so lovely to see that they still resonate with the audience today. Talk to me a little bit about shooting that film vis-a-vis now.
Well, I was really excited. For me, I think when I heard this soundtrack of Gupt, it was the best soundtrack. And till date, I think it's one of the best soundtracks. Even now, when kids hear it, they can relate to it because it was so modern from the time it was created. And I remember shooting Duniya Hasina Ka Mela. First time I was dancing, it was in Mehboob Studios, and I really wanted to do my best. So, you know, I had to buy at least 6 pairs of black jeans because by the time I used to rehearse and go for the shot, my jeans used to be drenched with sweat. I used to be wet without being in the, because there's a sequence there where the rain comes, but I used to always be wet because I was always rehearsing. And I think that energy shows in that song, and that's why, because when you get such a great song, you have to perform better than that, and I really enjoyed it. And all the songs were good, you know. In
The
fact,
wild stallion. Wild stallion.
What a heartthrob.
Not tamed yet, untamed wild stallion.
and when I was shooting for the film, I broke my leg as well, and so there are certain songs. There's a song Unchaiyan Gehraiyan, so I couldn't move because my leg was broken, and I had to still get another surgery done. So that's why all the steps were like
Still
this,
carrying the
and the steps
rod
were
and-
going up and down, you know, like putting my hand up and down. So,
Yeah.
but that became style. They thought it was cool, me doing this, and you know, because I couldn't move my leg.
The stories that you, the three of you must collectively have together is a film institution in itself, honestly. You know, I want to ask you guys, tell me a little bit about making films in the earlier days that you feel you cannot replicate today, much as you try. Something you miss about.
I don't think you can replicate anything which was made in the past. As you say, times have changed, so you feel the industry has changed. You have to move with times, so people, when they don't appreciate and respect the old cinema as much as they should, you know, because the new generation has been brought up in a very different way. They're so westernized, they've seen emotions which are not so true to Indian culture. So that's why you're missing out on that. But sometimes when you do create a film which is like the ones which were made in the past, the Indians will react to it, you know, because that's in our blood. But it's very difficult because no one looks and thinks like that anymore.
What do you think, Dharamji?
You see, I'm happy industry is going according to today's time. And today's time is much different than those times. So उसमें discuss करने जाएंगे तो vast difference between it. That time unpredictable things used to be, hey, no hero will come, no hero will hit and this and that. Oh, पहले से ताली मार. But now it's not that. Predictable चीज़ें अभी नहीं चलेंगी और नहीं चलनी भी नहीं चाहिए. अभी reality works more. Whether reality is dirty, it's good, stinking, fresh, smelling. Reality does work. So आज के लड़के भी अच्छे, they are doing very good. I am proud of all these artists. They are doing very good.
Thank you so much for talking to Film Companion. All the very best for Yamla Pagla Deewana Phir Se.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.